and how to vote. To find your nearest polling place and to find out how to fill out a ballot paper, visit elections.nsw.gov.au. Go and vote. And to find out how to fill out a ballot paper, visit elections.nsw.gov.au. Go and vote.
At Foxtel, we're making some renovations. To add even more of what you love. More apps like Apple TV Plus and Stan. More of the world's hottest entertainment. And all the action you can handle. Does it get any better? Hi, Nico. Bye, Nico. Foxtel. All in one place.
Serve up the burgers and sauce up the classic. It's time for Spring Barbies when you choose any 2 specially marked Aussie Coles classic burgers or sausages, 400 to 550 grams for just $10. That's great value, hands down, at Coles.
Blocked nose? Get Vicks Inhaler for fast relief.
It's the sale you've been waiting for. Beacon's up to 50% off everything sale is on now. With massive discounts on lamps, fans, pendants and more. Get up to 50% off everything now at Beacon.
Andy, can't stop, Ashwin. Loan application time.
Applying for a loan isn't as hard as you think. With an easy online application, ANZ GoBiz is the loan without the groan. Search ANZ GoBiz.
When it comes to protection against fleas and ticks, the Seresto collar is made for real dog dogs. Dogs that aren't afraid of puddles. Brilliant. Thanks, Alfie. Seresto, the longest lasting protection made for dogs.
Your humble hatchback, Pierre, had a horn with a pop-pop sound. Pierre looked like a roller skate, drove like a dream. When you farewelled your old life, Pierre was there. A car doesn't have to move fast to move you. If it's precious to you, protect it with us. GIO. Protect precious.
Building or renovating? Buy direct from the manufacturer. Colonial Warehouse has thousands of solid timber, pre-primed entry doors, French doors, double-hung windows, casements and portholes. Come and see our range at the warehouse or browse colonialwarehouse.com.au.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop in store or at hn.com.au.
Cameron Green starred with the bat and ball as Australia's cricketers completed a clean sweep of their T20 series against Scotland. The all-rounder took 3 for 35 as the Aussies restricted the Scots to 149. He then hit 62 not out as Australia reached the target with 4 overs to spare. Aryna Sabalenka is a 3-time Grand Slam champion, winning her maiden US Open title, beating American Jessica Pegula 7-5, 7-5. After surrendering 3 championship points at Wimbledon, Aussie pair Jordan Thompson and Max Purcell didn't falter at Flushing Meadows, winning the men's doubles final in straight sets. In far North Coast Rugby Union, the Byron Shire Rebels and Casuarina Beach went to work in yesterday's minor semi-final. In the end, Casuarina got the upper hand over the Rebels in a battle royale that went right down to the wire.
A showdown at Keys Reserve. The joint effort of Kai George and Harrison Hall set the tone to claim the opening points for Casuarina. Teammate Lachlan Stacey soon followed suit to find clear ground down the far left. Forging ahead with 14 points, Byron's Angus Wilborn made his strike between the posts. A penalty goal to Casuarina ups their score by 3. Meanwhile, the speed of Rebels wing Ben Mitchell sent the crowd roaring. Stacey returned for a double act for Casuarina to push their score into the 20s. But Oliver Shakeshaft closed the gap for Byron, 22 points to 17. The penalty goal split the score 25 points to 20 for Casuarina at the halftime break. Out of the sheds, and another penalty goal to Casuarina pushed them just shy of the 30s. Play immediately paused when Casuarina went down and an ambulance was called. Back on the clock, Byron's Will Seymour took advantage of an opening at the try line to close the margin by 1. But it was this final penalty kick to Casuarina that proved the nail in the coffin to close the game 31 points to 27. Alexandra Rees, NBN News.
A record number of runners took to the Coffs Creek track today for the 12th annual Running Festival. Last year, $50,000 was raised for local charities. Organisers tonight still counting the figures from today's event, hoping it will prove even more successful.
Lined up, ready for the 3K run.
3, 2, 1,
Coffs local 13-year-old Poppy Barclay crossing the line with a time of 12 minutes and 10 seconds.
You showed the boys who's boss?
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
You did it! Yeah. How are you feeling? Sore, tired, all that. Happy? Yeah, happy.
Jake Ryan from Blackhead taking out the 5K in 17 minutes and 34 seconds.
In a scorching time in the heat, Jake Ryan, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
So grateful for the trees. Beautiful path, really well organised. Yeah, can't compliment it enough.
1,600 runners registered for the family-friendly affair.
Come up, do the 3K run, just a bit of fun, and bring the kids for a run.
5 and 10 kilometre courses were on offer, plus a half marathon and a 36.1k event.
We've had some really fast times in the 10K. Some local runners do around 32 minutes for the 10K and the half marathon around an hour 20. This is our record, about 400 to 500 more runners than last year.
With the kids' events, a huge success.
We've got about 400 kids running today in a 3K distance and a 5K distance. All proceeds from today go to local kids charities such as Life Education, Early Connections and various other charities.
Signing up to the 3K, Coffs Harbour Mayor Paul Amos says there's no better way to spend his birthday.
It's a great course, and in the past we've had wonderful runners like Steve Monaghetti talking about how wonderful this course is. We're around the creek track, they go into the Botanic Garden.
Alison Paul, NBN News.
A great way to wrap up a busy weekend in sport, Jane.
It sure was. Nice one, Jack. And stay with us. We'll check all of your local weather details with Lauren Kempe after the break, including your 7-day outlook.
Blockbuster nights, magical Sunday reveals. Then tomorrow, one couple leaves.
Thanks, mate.
Well, what a week it was for our Paralympic athletes soaring to glory.
Australia triumphs again.
And what about Alexa Leary?
Hits the wall for another world record.
Well, what a week it was for our Paralympic athletes soaring to glory.
Australia triumphs again.
And what about Alexa Leary?
Hits the wall for another world record.
What is inside you that drove you?
I'm doing my best every day because of my family.
She said, Dad, we did it. In Braveheart, she did it.
Next week, we'll be watching as the stars shine. Chris Hemsworth, Kevin Hart, Graham Norton, Missy Higgins, and many more. We'll see you tomorrow.
is a safety recall on solar system batteries branded LG, LG Chem, and some Solax products. Affected batteries may overheat and catch fire. Even if you have checked before, please check again.
Oh, hey, Bella. Say hi to Cocoa Bella. Made from coconuts. Naturally dairy-free. Loved up with probiotics. So you feel good from your head to your dancing feet. It's yogurt with all the feels. Cocoa Bella. Feel cocoa better.
NBN News Rewind, proudly brought to you by McDonald Jones, building homes in our community for over 37 years.
Now to our weekly Rewind series. Tonight, the history of the ISC, the sports ground we know now as McDonald Jones Stadium. The International Sports Centre was commissioned in 1967 to be built at Broadmeadow on the former site of the Newcastle Aerodrome, and on occasions the Sporting Car Club Gymkhana course. An official plaque was unveiled and the development was underway. The new grandstand was a striking landmark. Queen Elizabeth officially opened the ground in 1970.
I congratulate you and your fellow trustees on completing the Newcastle International Sports Centre.
The original field was oval to cater to a variety of sports, including rugby league, soccer and athletics. But in 1988, the Knights joined the ARL and the playing surface was converted to a rectangle. New grandstands meant bigger crowds and opportunity for international acts, including two Knights of the musical kind, Sir Elton John and Sir Paul McCartney.
I'm getting a feeling that we're going to have a really good time in this place.
Taking a look at the weather, it really has been an incredible run of sunshine to kickstart spring, not without a few windy days, but cloudless skies have more than made up for it across northern New South Wales. However, we do have at least some rain on the way this week. Moderate falls recorded throughout Western Tassie in the last 24 hours, only light showers along southern coastlines and far north Queensland, but the drying trend continues elsewhere. On the satellite, you can see a northwest cloud band just beginning to build up here over central Australia. The start of many more expected this season. This trough will likely push some rain towards us before weakening as high pressure dominates, with this broad system currently centred over the Bight here. A series of cold fronts will keep clipping the country's southeast along with troughs and strong winds, but these lows are really struggling to push north right now, so we can expect a somewhat stable weather pattern in the next few days, with the exception of the odd onshore shower or two and even a little bit of storm activity. Well, off the back of the country's warmest August on record, that pool of unusually warm inland air isn't going anywhere yet. Mid to even high 30s the top in Darwin and Broome tomorrow. Partly cloudy in Brisbane with a top of 29, 25 the top in Sydney, and the temperature swing persists in the southeast corner with milder conditions ahead of the next chill. Mostly sunny along the north coast today, and temperatures really heated up in places like Lismore, topping out at 32 degrees there, 25 at Coolangatta, 29 at Ballina and 33 at both Casino and Evans Head. A brief southerly change should cool temperatures a few degrees tomorrow morning ahead of storm clouds rolling in. We could see a brief but heavy burst of rain pass through northern parts of the region early in the afternoon. Still reaching into summer-like warmth in places like Murwillumbah tomorrow, topping out at 28 degrees. A little bit of thunderstorm activity possible there as well. 26 the top in Lismore and 24 in Yamba. Fairly calm coastal conditions tomorrow. We're looking at 1.5 metre seas with a 1 metre swell. An early low tide at 5 in the morning, the high around 10 to 12, before the low returns are just after 6. Sun to rise at 5:52 and setting at 5:38. Showers off and on in the Tweed this week with low to mid-20s the trend. A few degrees cooler there next Sunday in line with a cooler change. A little more rain in the 7-day forecast for Ballina. Showers most likely there on Thursday and again this time next next week, but only up to around 10 millimetres. Partly cloudy skies in Lismore from Monday right through to the end of next weekend. Overnight lows sitting around 10 degrees or just above, and only a slight chance of light showers. And a higher chance of storm activity developing in Grafton tomorrow evening. But the warm temperatures are set to hang around here locally through to at least Saturday. Back down to the low 20s after that through to at least the following week, when we could see a little bit of rain return there yet again. And checking out the surf across our local beaches today, it was great for little Groms getting on some very small little waves at Gallows Beach. There were a few nice little breaks for beginners though further out, and we can expect this to remain the case through to at least midweek. We have season swell sitting between 1 to 1.5 metres, and it won't get too wind affected until around Thursday or Friday. So, Jane, cooler temperatures later this week.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. And that is the NBN news for this Sunday night. The Block is up next, followed by 60 Minutes. Enjoy your evening from all the team here. Good night.